What's up, everybody? Back with another race. Finally getting around to putting together the highlights and breakdown from the second Frozen 4 early season crit race here in Farmington, Connecticut. If you saw the first race, didn't play out nearly as well as I wanted to. Ended up falling off the back a couple laps in. Just spent the rest of the time just pedaling around, getting a good workout in. So this is the second week, trying to... my main goal this week is just to stay in the group until the very end. Not really looking for any positions, just do the best I can and really just practice my placement in the group, saving energy, and not getting dropped. So another beautiful, brisk day. I think it's a little bit colder than that thermometer says. It's probably like high 30s on the day, but not too bad. So we'll just go through the first lap here, and then we'll jump around a little bit to some interesting points throughout the laps, and then watch the end. So this first lap, everybody's just getting into position, getting comfortable, back in racing, being early season practice crit. A lot of people just trying things, figuring things out. For the most part, it's pretty fun race, good time. So right now I'm just sticking in the group, not trying to fall off the back too much. Definitely have to pay attention coming out of the corners, put in some power to stay with the group. And then I got this long straight here, there's kind of a downhill, and then we turn going into an uphill, and so just a lot of accelerating out of each of the four corners. So this is the finish straight, it's an uphill. You can see a little burst of power there coming out of the corner. And then we've got the finish line up here in just a little bit. And that's lap 1. Nothing much to it. Jumping forward, lap 5 here. See some flyers going off the front here. I decide to join them. Probably wasn't the best decision for me to chase down these flyers. But you can actually see we've got these 3 directly in front of me, and then there's another 2 further down the road. So these guys were trying to chase down those further chasers. I decided to grab the wheel, but eventually these guys will rotate off. I'll be left on the front, kind of using up energy that probably didn't need to use. There's several riders in the race that are all part of the same team, so definitely somebody else could have chased this down, brought it back to the group. But I was definitely feeling good. Decided to go for it, just try stuff. So that last rider pulled off. I could have pulled off, but I just decided to jump to these 2 riders and then just sit on this guy's wheel. Only 5 laps in, I don't really want to commit to a breakaway because I don't have that kind of long sustained power. But I just wanted to kind of reel these guys back in and then chill a little bit until the group comes back. That rider ends up pulling off, which kind of leaves me on the front again. Which is not really where I want to be. Kind of just try to soft pedal a little bit. But nobody's really coming around. I'm kind of just stuck here in the front. I'm not really going hard or anything. I know the group is right behind me, right on my wheel, but everybody's just kind of chill. Nobody wants to take another flyer quite yet. So I'm just slowing down a little bit, setting the pace here. No point in burning myself up. here at this point, I'm really just trying to figure out a way for other riders to come around me without having to just slow down. So that's what that weaving back and forth was, to try to see if somebody will not follow me across the road and instead just go on straight and I can join them. And you can see here we got a flyer go past. I don't want to chase him. I know he's going to be brought back. Just let him go, and eventually some other people are going to come around and take care of that. You can see, I think, a couple guys from that group I chased down earlier, some other riders, and then when I get a chance, I hop on one of these wheels, get out of the wind, and try to save some energy. Jumping forward just a little bit further here into lap 7. End of lap 7, going into lap 8. Kind of stuck out here. I'm still not doing a great job staying on the wheels. You can see here, even felt like I was getting dropped a little bit. I was in the wind there, so I had to accelerate, and instead of just staying on that wheel at the back of the group, I just used my momentum, used my sustained power that I'm pedaling, and just kind of come up this open side, get further into the middle of the group towards the front, and then kind of slow down, try to grab a wheel. I definitely can work on following the wheels more closely and accelerating through the corners instead of just out of the corner to maintain that speed and that power. Definitely the bursts of power will fatigue the legs faster than just sustained power, a little bit less rate. You can see there, big gap in front of me. Lap 13, coming down near the end of the race now. I'm just following this single file group of guys. It was a pretty fast race overall. Work well together. No breakaways really got away on this week, so it was kind of just everybody staying together. Had a few attacks here and there, but were pretty easily brought back. So end of lap 13 here, going into lap 14. You can see a lot of times going up this hill, people would try to accelerate some and attack, just use, some of that extra power, but usually brought back pretty quickly. Trying to pay attention on various parts of the course where there were openings, whether it was on the inside or the outside. It was nice all of these rows were fully closed for us except for that one long straightaway where you would see the cars. So plenty of room to maneuver. And here we are, last lap, lap 16. Yeah, it's definitely, I'm a little bit further back than I would like to be at this point. You can see front of the group up there, so I'm probably 10th, 12th wheel, it looks like. But definitely people are going to start moving up, fighting for position. I would probably want to be maybe 4th or 5th wheel out of that last turn, going up the slight uphill to the finish line. But really, everybody's fighting for that same position, so you can see once again here I'm leaving way too much room in front of my wheel, not getting nearly as much of the aerodynamic advantage, and not using the riders in front of me to block the wind nearly as much as I could be, so definitely something to work on. At this point, the heart rate is up there pretty high, 180. We're doing a lot of work at this point in the race. You can see it's really getting spread out. A lot of riders moving up on both sides. You can see the front of the group there. We've got a couple guys off the front by maybe a second or two. And then this is really where I should have moved up a lot further, gotten a better position, but at this point, my goal for the race was kind of just to stay with the group, finish out the race, in a position like this, so I've accomplished my goal. Definitely with better positioning and staying on the wheels better, I could have ended in a better spot. Let's see here, kind of in too high of a gear. Coming out of that corner, had to really put down the power to ramp up the sprint, but still able to pass a few people before the finish line. So that was the second Frozen 4. Should have the highlights from the third one up soon.